Assassin's Creed Shadow is less than 1 month away. Some things sound interesting about the game, like stealth, setting, but the one thing I want to try out the most at some capacity is combat. But before that, we get into the meat and potatoes of my combat interest for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Might helping your boy out and reaching 10k subs in 2025. Out of my last AC vid, 98% of watchers are not subbed. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could reach that goal. If we could reach that goal, I mean. Now moving back to Assassin's Creed Shadows and the combat inside of it. Naoe and Yasuke's fighting in the Guardian is something that really interests me. I want to do that. I want to fight the Guardians or a boss fight. It sounds interesting with the combat they have made for Assassin's Creed Shadows and how it differs from Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Mirage. You know, all the older AC games with their rhythm style as shit. It sounds interesting because the Assassin's Creed's golden formula starts with the setting, the assassin's fantasy, that feeling of being an assassin and doing assassin shit that sounds cool as fuck. But last but not least, the stealth. But for the people to get into Assassin's Creed, they would be not familiar with the systems of stealth. This means that you will easily get spotted. And by the way, this happens to a lot of AC fans, me included. Like, I am not good at stealth, but I still love doing it. And I still love improving at it and trying to optimize my stealth routes. After you get spotted, you only have two options. To restart the stealth, just run away, hide, wait a minute or two for the AIs to notice that you do not want to be found and that you are just out of their reach, for them to look at you but not see you, and then walk away. Or you can just take everyone out, you know, just take them out and move on. And I like taking out my target. That's why I want to try the combat out. With Naoe and Yasuke, it will be easy mode, at least with Yasuke guaranteed, but something about the parry mechanic and the charging posture attacks give you risk to the combat. Something just clicks with me. Something about how Yasuke can just massacre an entire camp of bandits with his big boink weapon or the long katana sounds amazing and interesting to me. Just how Naoe would have a bigger challenge with combat, which also that challenge of Naoe combat also sounds interesting to me, especially because she shines the most with her stealth. Stealth is the main thing about Assassin's Creed, along with the setting and fantasy, which I care about. My run won't be Naoe exclusive for Assassin's Creed Shadow. My first one will not be exclusively Naoe. I want to main Naoe, that's for certain. I want to do the stuff, I want to get good at it, I want to try it out. You know, when we did not know a lot about parkour, I prayed that the parkour would be like old school AC, but I was doubtful of that. But still, if that was the case, I would have also liked to optimize my parkouring route, you know, like how you do that with Ezio, and just every part of playing that game would just be so you know, you would allow yourself to be expressed. And with combat, I see that. I see how you can express yourself with combat, and that interests me a lot. One thing that also helps with interesting the combat to me is just how much effort Ubisoft have put in until now for the combat, you know, like they wanted to make combat, I think, since AC Origins, you know, the RPG mechanic, getting that stuff from The Witcher and other games. At least the combat right now in Shadows seems the most interesting, the most highly skilled ceiling that you can have, because Origins was just, yeah, you could do it good, and Odyssey same thing, but with Odyssey I just made a bow and just hit people with the bow, and that would be the easiest option, you know, because making arrows was really easy and getting a powerful bow was not that difficult. With Valhalla, I just used the main axe, Varen's axe, you know, the axe of Evil's dad. That's the main weapon I just used, and I never felt like changing it because it worked. And Valhalla's combat was not that interesting outside of just you slash and you run and dodge. And there might be some things that I remember or I have forgotten about Valhalla's combat. The thing that I have forgotten it makes it not as important because I have fully played AC Valhalla and I don't remember the combat at all. But I do remember the stealth in Assassin's Creed Mirage and how the sandbox was truly something I loved. You know, that game was made just to excel that sandbox, and that is something that I love. And to see that same level of care, but for both combat and stealth, made in a setting that is feudal Japan, you know, a really loved setting for a lot of people. It just starts to come together and it gets me excited about Assassin's Creed Shadows. But the one thing that I am most interested in is how they will do the combat. Because Ubisoft can do good stuff, we know this. Ubisoft can do good sound, we know this. Ubisoft can recreate stuff, locations, settings, feelings from the past. We already know this. They have countlessly proven themselves to do that. But they have not proven themselves a remarkable combat system that can last with you. And if Ubisoft does this correctly, I would want to be the first to know and to feel it, you know? Feel more connected to Assassin's Creed, the franchise I have loved my whole life almost. But that's just my rambling. Tell me at least what you would want to know and try in Assassin's Creed Shadows the most. Maybe I'll try it out for you, because I will pre-order that game obviously. You shouldn't pre-order AC Shadows, you shouldn't pre-order at all, by the way, just saying that for any game. I just do it because I make content on it, so I need to be in the know-how. If you want more Assassin's Creed content and more stuff like this, then subscribe and like and just show in any way you want more stuff like this. And I'll try my best to get to do more stuff like this if you want it and if you show that you want it and multiple people also show that they want it. And with all of that out of the way, just thanks for watching.